Welcome everybody, my name is TommyT999 and this is the first ever episode of a brand new series here on the channel, and it is called 10 Things. Well, you'll have seen that because you've probably seen the thumbnail and also the title, but it is offering you a look and better understanding of new games, DLC, hardware, peripherals and also accessories. We're going to be taking a look at new tech and gadgets, cars and so much more. Yes, so if you want to see an episode of 10 things on a particular game or product, let me know down below in the comments what that might be, and who knows, the next episode could be because of you.
Remember your training. Enemy has Charlie.
So you've probably already worked out by the title of this that the episode is dedicated to Call of Duty World War II's first DLC pack. Yes, it is called The Resistance, which I was very lucky enough to get hands on with early thanks to Activision here in the UK, who flew me out to Prague in the Czech Republic for 24 hours. Yes, it was a whistle-stop trip, but a truly amazing experience, which one I will not forget in a hurry, and a big thanks to Activision for taking me out there, which gave me this content to be able to share with you early pre-release.
Lost B. Enemy paratroopers in the sky.
So that brings us nicely on to the first thing for this episode. It is thing number one, and it is all about, yes, the DLC pack one. So Call of Duty World War II has its first DLC pack releasing on the 30th of January 2018, and it is called The Resistance. It will be releasing exclusively on PS4 on this date, with the Xbox and PC release expected to be 30 days later, so more than likely the end of February. You'll be continuing the fight in brand new iconic locations consisting of 3 multiplayer maps, a new war mode mission, and of course a brand new chapter in the Nazi zombies story. Plus there are also a few additional bits of content which I will cover in this episode as we move on. The second thing is, of course, we're going to start looking at the different DLC maps. So there are 3 multiplayer maps, and the first is called Anthropoid, which is set in Prague, Czechoslovakia, and is inspired by Operation Anthropoid, which was the famous attempt to take out a very high-ranking German officer during World War II. The map itself features a centre lane divided by a river, with some great flanking paths for snipers to play a huge part in the action. Plus you will also find a difference in elevation from one side of the map to the other, so you'll need to have your eyes everywhere if you hope to stay alive long enough to earn and call in those all-important score streaks and try and take victory on this map. Next up is the second map of 3 for multiplayer, which is called Occupation, which many of you will notice is a remake of an absolute classic from Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, and back then it was called Resistance, so you can see what they've done there, yeah, right? Anyway, we move on. This map I really loved back then, and it plays just as well now and looks very nice indeed. You will battle through the streets and shops of Paris, which is currently under occupation from the Germans, and it offers points of contact for all classes, up close and personal, mid-range and of course snipers. Plus there are also plenty of areas to set up ambushes or find cover to heal and recover before heading back into the fight.
Aircraft ready.
The final of the 3 DLC maps for multiplayer is Valkyrie, and this is located in East Prussia, deep in the Masurian woods. It's another map that has been inspired by real-life events of World War II, this time being the Wolf's Lair, which was Hitler's Eastern Front stronghold and headquarters during the operation known as Barbarossa, where the Nazis invaded the Soviet Union. Now this probably felt like the smallest of the 3 maps, and it feels like there is trouble lurking around every single corner. Running from bunker to bunker, trying to stay in cover and hope there is no one just cammed up in one of the bunker corners. The map's centre lane will also have plenty of focus throughout, as overwatch positions and mounted machine guns can lead to some very intense points of contact and could be the difference of gaining victory or tasting defeat. In at 5 we've got the brand new war mode. This is Operation Intercept. Here you'll be placed in Saint-Lô, France, where if you're playing on the side of the Allies, your mission is to save resistance fighters who are being transported by train to a place where they'll more than likely not return from. You free the fighters, you then move on to destroying the Axis key communication equipment before heading onwards to stop that train from leaving. In Stage 2 and 3, you do have support from the tank, which in previous war modes is great for cover, and it also has the mounted machine gun, which offers additional firepower in the quest for victory. If of course you're on the side of the Axis, you are looking to stop the resistance fighters from being released. Don't let your communication equipment get destroyed, and then of course make sure your train leaves without any interference from the Allied forces or that pesky tank. Number 6, and it is time to return for a new Zombies chapter. Yes, Zombies return for another action-packed, dark, intense chapter, which is titled The Darkest Shore, where the heroes continue their journey just days after the events that unfolded at Mittelberg. Intel has arisen that suggests Dr. Straub is currently on an island just north of Germany, which is also blanketed in fog, meaning that it's an awesome place for an evil villain not just to hang out, but also to plot his next horrific act. Oh, and also, the island is surrounded by Nazi air and sea support, meaning that getting there is going to be a challenge in itself. Luckily for us, the 4 heroes have ways of making it through such obstacles, and they do make it to the island only to find that it is crawling with the undead. Plus, to make matters worse, they also seem to be taking their swimming badges and don't mind getting wet or going for a dip in the sea. So just when you thought you knew where zombies were coming from, you now have to have eyes absolutely everywhere, because they could be coming from land, but also at sea.
Thermal machine.
Number 7, and we are looking to stick with zombies, and we are turning on the power. Yes, Easter eggs are of course the main part of any zombies chapter, which I'm not going to say I have any idea on where to even begin with. That is left to the pros such as Mr. Darley JD, Conan Pizza and Mr. Ruffle Waffles. Although I did notice that many of the tips you could find in the original chapter of World War II Zombies have now been removed, so it's a lot more difficult for the average casual player like myself to know exactly where to go. So what I did do here is I did manage to get through and find how to turn on the initial power, which for some will be very simple, but for others this might help just a little bit, so sit back and enjoy my unbelievable accuracy and gameplay on Zombies: The Darkest Shore in the quest for turning on the power. Just to save a bit of time, I'll speed bits up where nothing really happens, so you can see roughly what it's going to cost to get through each of the different barriers and how many points you're going to need to get to that first power, so you can progress through, go on find the other power blocks, and also solve those Easter eggs.
Another victim to this goddamn island. Bloody fucker! This island's a bloody rat's den. It's riddled with tunnels. First the pagans with their blood sacrifices, followed by every flavour of medieval religious fanatic, and now the Nazis. Centuries of shady people hiding their shady deeds.
For number 8, we are talking brand new weapons. Yes, the Resistance event and DLC brings 2 new guns to Call of Duty World War II. The first is the rifle Volkssturmgewehr. Now, I've probably said that completely wrong, so luckily it is also known as the People's Assault Rifle, which is far easier for me to say, so we're going to talk about it as if it's the ROKS. Yes, the People's Champion has a People's Assault Rifle. Now, this is an automatic fire with high recoil rifle. The base stats for this are 6 damage, 5 range, 5 accuracy, and it has a fire rate of 9. Its magazines have a capacity of 30 and a total of 90, and there are 4 variants for this gun itself. The People's Rifle, rather than saying the Volkssturmgewehr thing, is a rare version. There's the Resistor and Defiance, which are both epic, and then there is the GOAT 2 heroic variant. The second weapon is the submachine gun known as the Orso. It is far simpler to say, and it's an automatic SMG with high recoil and high fire rate. The base stats for this weapon are 5 damage, 6 range and 6 accuracy, and it has a fire rate of 8. Once more, this has an ammo capacity of 30 per magazine and a total of 90. There are also 4 variants of this, and they are the Rare Orso, the Epic Liberator and Golden Goose, and finally, the heroic Twisted 2. We have talked weapons, it is time to talk the new division and also gear. Yes, the Resistance event and DLC brings with it a brand new division known as Resistance, and lots of new gear and items for you to earn and collect. The standard issue characters for this are the Polish Underground or an Axis officer, and the Resistance division itself offers a number of progressive unlocks as per all of the others. First up is a pistol tactical knife combo. Second is the ability to scramble nearby enemy minimaps, which after experiencing firsthand is a very handy tool to have indeed. Third is an additional pistol attachment and the ability to swap weapons faster, and finally, fourth is a minimap indicator in the direction of close hostiles. We've also got 2 new basic trainings. Shifty offers an additional pistol attachment and the unlimited pistol ammo, which is pretty crazy when you think about it. And on top of this, when you switch to the pistol, it is always full of ammo, so there is no need to reload it, and if you forgot last time, it doesn't matter because as soon as you switch to it, it will be full. Secondly, there is Saboteur, which shortens the fuse of explosives, and you can also get to take an extra piece of lethal equipment. There are 5 special helmets, 1 for each variant from common through to heroic, 10 new calling cards, and 25 new emblems. Will you join the Resistance or stick with what you know from Infantry, Airborne, or any of the other standard divisions from the main game? I look forward to getting your thoughts down below in the comments and seeing who you choose. And the final thing of this first episode is number 10, and it is how much is this going to cost you? So we are just talking the 3 multiplayer maps, 1 war mode operation, and of course the new chapter of Zombies. Now if you've already purchased or own the Season Pass, this content will be free to download on release. And you can of course buy the Season Pass now and receive all 4 DLC packs on their release for a single price of $39.99 if we're talking pounds sterling here in the UK, or $49.99 US dollars. And this of course will save you money in the long run if you end up purchasing all of them individually. If you want to just buy this DLC pack 1, you can do. It is £11.59 in pounds here in the UK, or $14.99 US dollars. Now all of these prices are as per the PS4 store as I was making this video. So I do hope you've enjoyed this first episode of 10 things. I would love to get your feedback in the comments below about what you thought. Also, let me know by giving either a thumbs up if you did like it, or a thumbs down if you didn't. Big thanks to Activision for taking me out to Prague for those 24 hours to play this game early and be able to create this video and share it with you. Now if there is a thing that you would like to see a video made on that I could then do a 10 things, this is your opportunity to let me know. It could be video game related, it could be about new tech or gadgets like mobile phones or drones, or even a brand new car. Let me know either down below in the comments or on social media what you would like to see a video on, and I will do my best to achieve that and create a 10 things just for you. So until the next time, my name has been TommyT999, thank you for all of your support, happy gaming, cherish life, and I will speak to you again very soon.